The more I learn about Aduro Clean Technologies, the more I think that this will be my best investment in my life. And what I just learned about Aduro will just blow your mind. But before I share this, let me just give you some background information. Aduro Clean Technologies has the technology to recycle plastic waste. So in other words, take plastic and turn it back into the ingredients the plastic was made from, and then turn it into fuel or more plastic to create plastic circularity. What is unique about Aduro's technology is that the process is actually profitable, unlike the other processes. So, in other words, the final product that comes out of the plastic recycling facility powered by Aduro's technology is competitive with virgin plastic. Because as you know, plastic is made from oil, right? And when that happens, this is virgin plastic. And Aduro's technology can actually produce a product that can compete with virgin plastic. Because if you can't do that, then what are we talking about? And Aduro's financial projections or estimates assume that they can sell the finished product at prices that are competitive with virgin plastic prices and make a profit on it. And if Aduro wasn't able to do this, I don't think you and I would be shareholders, right? Because it would just be a charity exercise. And I just learned something very important by listening to Pure Cycle conference call, and it will absolutely blow your mind. You see, there are two markets. There is a, number one, virgin plastic market, which is a commodity product. And then there is a recycled plastic market, which is a premium market.
Final price of our product is going to be driven by supply and demand fundamentals, of which we believe there's an enormous undersupply of high quality material in the market and a growing demand for our product. And it's also important to note that this is not a commodity polypropylene market that we're operating in. We are a specialty product. We operate in a different market, and it's quite disconnected from virgin. And I think we're starting to see that disconnect happen a bit across the board. So I feel really good about our pricing, really regardless of where the virgin pricing goes.
Do you understand how massive this is? The recycled plastic is a premium product. It's kind of like a Nike shoe. It's a branded product, but instead of having a Nike logo on it, it has a recycled material logo on it. But why would a recycled plastic be a premium? Why would it be in more demand? Look at this article. Plunging price of oil and demand for recycled plastic. What influences the price of recycled resin? The price of recycled material has been on the rise for the past 3 years, when public consciousness was raised on the matter, putting pressure on brands and retailers to commit to sustainable processes. Put yourself in the shoes of a brand or a retailer. You want to be liked by the world. You want to have a good image, right? How about our products are made from recycled plastic?
The more opportunity we're going to have to sell to higher value creation customers that can afford to spend a bit more on the product. And that's going to give us a lot of flexibility going forward.
So in other words, you're willing to pay more for recycled plastic than virgin plastic because you want to look good. You want to have a good image, right? That's why recycled plastic, recycled resin, whatever you want to call it, carries a premium. That's why they can charge more than the virgin plastic. But how much more?
Can we revisit unit economics?
We still feel really strong about the unit economics. I mean, as we've mentioned before, there's a few key components here. One is obviously sales price. We continue to stand by the sales price that we discussed in prior public disclosures, being an aggregate of like $1.36 per pound of PCTPP.
He was talking about $1.36 per pound. And he was also talking about what the virgin plastic resin sells for.
Next, we also have a question that came in asking how pricing is faring relative to virgin pricing.
Yeah, we're not going to get into the specific pricing relative to virgin, but what I will tell you is that we still feel very comfortable about the stated prices that we put out about a year and a half ago at the $1.36 level, and that's with virgin moving all over the map. Okay, virgin has moved from north of 80 cents a pound down to south of 60 cents a pound.
And here's a list from Polymers Direct, and we can see different types, and you can see the prices. 50 cents, 61, 52, 51, 61, right? So it's in the ballpark of what he was talking about.
Virgin has moved from north of 80 cents a pound down to south of 60 cents a pound.
So the virgin plastic resin is selling for about 50 cents, and they can sell it for $1.36. That's the premium. Almost 3 times the price. What does this mean for Aduro? Well, their projections, estimates, assumed that they can sell the finished product for virgin plastic prices. So 50 cents, right? And now we just learned that they're more likely going to be able to sell it for $1.36, almost 3 times. And their projections were nicely profitable at a revenue of 50 cents per pound. And now we're just learning that the revenue is more likely going to be $1.30 or something like that. We're talking about margins of a software company on something like that. I mean, the economics of Aduro's technology goes through the roof. And you might ask, does Aduro management know this? Well, of course they know this, but they are not counting on it. Their process is very profitable without relying on premium or branded prices. But with this new information, I can't even fathom the upside for Aduro's stock. And remember, today, it is still trading for less than $200 million.